What's up, guys? I am sitting here in a cave in Lake Tahoe right now. There it is. It's probably too bright right now because this cave's a little dark, but this is my second attempt to make this vlog. I shot a little bit yesterday while we were on a hike, but the wind was way too intense and you could barely hear what I was saying. So you can use slow motion on your actual phone and it'll basically record it. And I had my autofocus set wrong. This is a new camera and I'm not used to the autofocus, so I was just like out of focus the whole time. But anyway, what I want to talk about today is how to get better footage on your phone. More specifically, how to get better footage for using Instagram Reels. So why use Reels? Reels is a relatively newer addition to Instagram. It's basically like TikTok for Instagram. Trying to find a good spot to sit here. It's kind of rocky. But yeah, so Instagram Reels are 30 seconds max, and it's mainly video format. So why shoot for Reels on Instagram? Reels, because they're still kind of new. Instagram, I'm assuming this, is making them or pushing them out a lot more. The algorithm works more in favor of Reels to show more people than it does any of their other functions, whether it be stories or regular posts. So what I've found is making Reels, I get way more views and way more engagement. And in the last month of doing Reels, I've actually grown my Instagram account quite a bit. So a couple things to think about before you make a Reel. First thing is Reels are meant to be shot vertical instead of horizontal like you would normally make a video. So I don't really like that about it, and I really hate shooting things this way because I feel like it just instantly makes it look like it was shot on a phone, and it's really hard to make it look cinematic because it's in this weird format that everybody associates with a phone. But there are some little tricks that you can do to make your Reels look a little more cinematic, and that's what I'm going to mainly be talking about today. So since using Reels, I'm kind of blown away by how many views they get. Within like a few hours, I'll get over 1,000 views on even just like little funny videos of like shots of flowers or leaves or something. I definitely think that Reels is the way to go, and as far as video content on Instagram, and I don't know how long this will last, that it pushes it out more than anything else, so you may as well take advantage of it now. The first thing you have to think about when you're making a Reel is what you want to shoot it on and what you want to edit it on. Obviously the easiest thing to do is shoot it on your phone, but you don't have to shoot it on your phone. You can shoot it on your camera. Just make sure to shoot it vertical, which feels really awkward at first, but that's definitely the best way to do it. If you have footage that you've already shot horizontal, you can still work with it in, say, Premiere. You can just make your sequence size the size for a Reel vertical, and then when you put your horizontal videos in there, you're gonna have to like zoom in or scale them up quite a bit in order to get them to fill that space. So if they're not 4K shots, you're gonna lose a lot of resolution, and even with 4K, the amount that you have to scale, you're probably losing a little bit of resolution as well. But you can still do that, and I've definitely taken a lot of old like drone clips and stuff that I already had and made Reels with them, and they turned out really good and did really well. So obviously the benefit of shooting with the phone is just, it's a lot easier to just shoot it and post it right, from wherever you're at. But if you want your Reels to look a lot more professional, shoot it on a camera where you can like put a lower aperture and make things more out of focus. It's definitely going to help with making it look more cinematic. But today I'm going to mainly just talk about using your phone, just because I think that's what the majority of people are using for Reels. But just so you know, you can very easily, just shoot your videos on your camera, vertical, edit them in Premiere, export them, and get them on your phone and post them that way too. So the first trick seems pretty obvious, but I don't see people using it as much as they should be to make more kind of cinematic looking Reels, is slow motion. That's kind of the easiest way to make your videos look a little bit more smooth and also really steady. So on an iPhone, you can do this a couple different ways. You can either shoot it just in the slow motion setting here, and you can choose to either shoot in 120 or 240. So right up here at the top it says 240 or 120. It looks like 120 is in HD, 240 is in 720p. So I don't really ever use 220 or 240, but maybe if I was shooting something moving really fast, like somebody running or like a sports event, I might try it out. Another option is you could shoot it just in regular video mode on your phone and change up here at the top right to 60 and shoot at 60 frames per second. That won't slow it down in camera though, so you'd have to bring that video into like Premiere or Final Cut and slow it down to 40% afterwards. So if you don't want to do that, then it's easier to just use the slow motion on your phone. The second biggest thing is using really intentional movements. So this is what kind of makes the amateur to the pro filmmaker or videographer stand out, or like the difference between the two is somebody that doesn't really know how to shoot video will go out to shoot something and they'll just kind of aimlessly point it all over the place, and they'll move in all different directions in one video, and it'll be this long clip, and there's just really have no idea what you're supposed to be looking at. Think about what you're gonna shoot before. If I wanna shoot, say, my camera right here, I might do something where I'll just start from far away, hit start, and then just slowly move in towards my camera. Or vice versa, I might start from all the way in and move all the way out to reveal what's behind it. You want to just really simplify your movements, and when you first hear that when you're getting into video, it seems like too easy or too simple, but these really simple movements in either forward and back or side to side, or sometimes kind of like rotating around something, are the most commonly used video shots. So besides going in and out of something, you can also go from side to side, and when you go side to side, don't just turn your body side to side. Think about your phone being on like a solid plane and sliding side to side, because that turns out looking a lot more cinematic. So let's just try that right now too with my phone, looking at the camera. All right, and that's it. So I kind of think of it when I'm doing it like I'm scanning things. Like pretend like your phone is like a scanner, and if you want to get a shot of, say, like this flower or something, you just scan it, and then afterwards you go into it and you just snip out just the little kind of middle section usually that's the smoothest, and you don't use the whole shot, because with Reels you only have 30 seconds. So if you want to like keep it moving and keep it interesting, keep people engaged, you just want to use little snippets of videos. And when you're doing that and you're compiling them, try to think about what kind of story you're trying to tell. So this is also something that really sets apart people that know what they're doing with filmmaking or don't, is they put more thought into there being some sort of story in literally everything they shoot. This could be something you kind of come up with after you shoot a bunch of shots and you just put them together in a certain way to tell a story, or it could be something you think about ahead of time and you want to get, say, 5 shots, and you choose what those shots are based on some sort of idea. This makes making these Reels a lot more fun too, because you can actually do some cool storytelling, and it challenges you to tell a story in such a short little period of time. It's actually really hard. So first, try out just shooting with 3 different movements. I showed you the moving in. I usually call it pushing in or pulling away to reveal something. Try the sliding across something. And then the third thing is try revolving around something. And when you revolve around something, make sure you turn your camera to, you know, keep the subject in focus in the center, and you're not just moving it around without turning your camera too. So it takes a little practice to get that one kind of nailed, to make it look like you're doing a perfect circle around it. Another big way you can make your phone footage look a lot better and more cinematic is you can use an app like Filmic Pro. This is a really great app. It basically turns your phone into like a DSLR camera. The nice thing about that is you can control your focus on there. So you can turn it on to manual focus, and it allows you to say focus on something and then pull your camera away and slowly move in to being in focus, which is a really nice cinematic looking shot that you can't really achieve with your normal camera app in your phone, because it's just locked on autofocus all the time. So as you move it in and out, kind of like what my camera is doing, it'll keep that subject in focus. And really working with things being in and out of focus always makes your shots look more cinematic, at least in my opinion. It is an app that you have to buy. I think it's like $14.99 or something, but it's totally worth it, and it literally turns your phone into a DSLR. You can go into like pretty much full manual settings. And another really nice thing on it too is that there is a log profile, color profile. So you can shoot in log and you can color grade your iPhone footage to make it look a lot better than Apple chooses your videos to look, because I tend to feel like they're way oversaturated and way too much contrast and too much sharpness. Cinematic shots tend to be a lot softer and a little bit more muted colors. Being able to shoot in a log profile allows you to pull those colors in a lot, you know, different ways without losing a lot of quality. So in the Reels app itself, the music that comes with it that you can use free in there is really shitty. And there's not much to choose from. And that's something that I think that they really need to upgrade on there. It's not anything you've ever heard of, and a lot of it has singing in it. There's not a lot of instrumental that I've found, which I usually use in most of my videos. I've actually been bringing my videos into Premiere on my computer and editing them on there, because I have a subscription to Epidemic Sound to get, you know, better music. That makes a big difference with my Reels, because the music's kind of everything. So being able to choose exactly the song you want, it makes a big difference. So that might be a reason why you would edit it on your computer, you know, in Premiere or Final Cut. So check out a couple of these Reels that I made while I was here in Lake Tahoe in the last couple of days. One of them was shot on my camera, actually in horizontal mode, and I zoomed in on them. And the other one was shot on my phone. And see if you can tell the difference. Pretty sure you can.